Let's be honest, the headlines about our planet can feel pretty overwhelming, right? But today, we're going to look at this whole crisis from a totally different angle, using the wisdom of Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. And it's an approach that looks not just at the big picture stuff like policy and tech, but deep inside ourselves.
So Thich Nhat Hanh kicks things off with this really powerful image. It's like a planetary wake-up call. I mean, the evidence is everywhere. Floods, fires, droughts. They're like these giant bells ringing, trying to get our attention. The real question isn't whether the bells are ringing, it's are we actually listening?
All right, so if we decide to listen to those bells, where do we even start? Well, this way of thinking suggests the first step isn't about pointing fingers or panicking. It's about a collective awakening. It's about realizing that the crisis out there is really just a reflection of a crisis in here. The source material uses this incredible metaphor. It says many of us are like sleepwalkers. We go about our days, we buy things, we eat, we drive, often completely disconnected from the ripple effects of our choices. It's not that we're bad people, it's just that we're not fully awake to where we're all headed. Okay, to make this really hit home, let's look at a number, 99 million. What is that? Well, that's how many barrels of oil China would need every single day if its people fully embraced the American dream of everyone owning a car.
Now check this out. This is where that number gets really wild. China's potential need for 99 million barrels a day is more than the entire world currently produces, which is about 84 million barrels. That dream isn't just a stretch, it's physically impossible. It's just not sustainable, not for one country, and definitely not for the whole planet.
So this whole unsustainable dream is really just a symptom of a much deeper problem. The diagnosis, from this Buddhist perspective, is a massive disconnection, and we see it most clearly in how we consume. It's a powerful idea called eating our future.
This statement is, well, it's pretty shocking. It comes from reflecting on an old Buddhist story where a couple, starving in the desert, eats their own child to survive. The metaphor is brutal, but the point is crystal clear. When we consume without thinking, without mindfulness, we are literally eating up the future for the next generation.
And believe me, this isn't just some abstract metaphor. The reality of our food system is staggering. The livestock industry, a huge source of water pollution. We're cutting down vital forests for grazing land. And get this, in the US, a whopping 80% of all corn grown is fed to livestock, not people. We're pouring all this grain and water into making meat and alcohol, while thousands of children starve every day. Okay, so that's the diagnosis. Sounds pretty grim, right? But what's the cure for this deep disconnection? Well, the answer lies in a core Buddhist insight, a way of seeing the world called interbeing. And it changes everything. Interbeing sounds complex, but it's actually super simple. It just means nothing can exist all by itself. Think about a flower. A flower is only possible because of things that are not the flower, right? The sun, the rain, the soil. In a very real way, the flower is the sun. It is the rain. And it's the same for us. We're not separate from the air or the water or the earth. We inter-are with everything.
Now, this way of seeing things can even help us face the big one. The deepest human fear of all, the fear of just ending, of not existing anymore. It's this fear that often drives us to consume and cling to things so desperately.
Okay, here's a beautiful way to think about it. We often see ourselves as a wave. A wave has a clear beginning and an end. It's born, and then it dies. But what if the wave could realize its true nature is just water? The form of the wave comes and goes, but the water? The water is always there. It doesn't die, it just changes form. By seeing this, we can start to see our own nature of no birth and no death.
So, just like the wave is water, we are the earth. That feeling of being a separate me inside this body, it's kind of an illusion. Our bodies are literally made from the planet's elements. We have plant ancestors, animal ancestors, even mineral ancestors inside us, just as much as we have human ones.
Here's another way to feel this that I just love. Think of the sun as our second heart. It's a heart outside our body. If the heart inside our chest stops, we die. Simple. But if the sun, our external heart, stops shining, we also die. Instantly. When you really sit with that, the idea that you're separate from the environment just completely falls apart. The environment is you. So realizing that we are the earth, that's a huge shift in perspective. But what do we actually do with that insight? How do we turn this beautiful idea into a practical way of healing ourselves and, in turn, healing the planet?
And here's the answer. It's both simple and incredibly profound. It's not about waiting for some hero to come and fix everything. It's about recognizing that the way we live our lives, every single day, how we walk, how we talk, what we choose to consume, that is our most powerful message to the world.
And this isn't just a vague idea. There's a real framework for this. These are 3 of the Buddhist mindfulness trainings, but you can think of them as simple commitments. First, protect life, all of it. Second, practice generosity. Work for the well-being of everyone and everything, even plants and minerals. And third, consume mindfully. Only take in things that bring peace to your own body and to the world. See, they're not rules. They're a daily practice of waking up.
You know, an orange tree doesn't have an identity crisis. It just offers its oranges. It's the best thing it can give to the world. We, too, are always making offerings with our thoughts and our actions. So I'll just leave you with this question from the text to really think about. What is your unique offering? What is the beautiful thing you want to give to the world?